the SeaFoam. Yeah, I saw that
On
too.
the back.
There you go.
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
there it is. Back.
So we're live again.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, we had to go live again.
For the
And
third
again.
time.
I don't know what's going. The weather, because it was storming earlier, really bad. Like
Overnight, it was
I've
like
been
raining.
AT&T.
it rained earlier, pretty bad too. We lost our power for a while, and
AT&T's online internet kind of hit or miss.
yeah, unfortunately, we have fucking AT&T.
Same.
Ditto.
I had what was called Verizon at some point, and I don't know what the hell it's called. Same company though.
Oh, fiber. What?
Yeah, so all our stuff's
Wow.
fiber optic. We're fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I can't
Have a
stream
shitty
with
laptop,
this. With my internet. I can't stream.
I mean,
I guess
I
we
can
can.
stream with mine, but it's just like if it's a bad day, it's like nope,
Right.
and not no more.
No, I can't stream like on Twitch or anything like that, like gaming and stuff. Yeah, Comcast is better. It's good, but it's pricey.
Comcast is not better. You know what Comcast has that they don't tell you? Comcast has a data cap.
A data cap.
They only allow you to download so much.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Yeah, no, I knew about the black screen, guys. Sorry. Ugh.
You'll have to listen to our sexy voices now.
You can't see a video.
No, that's because there wasn't a video.
Oh right. Okay. Yeah. Now it's showing. Now it's showing.
That actual podcast.
This is a
No, it's
vodcast.
You know what? I hate the damn weather in Texas because it's like it doesn't know
Bipolar.
what the hell. It's like fine one minute, then the next it's like it's bringing down the wrath of heaven.
Same here. It's like, please, the other people are just absolutely useless too. Like, all right, we're gonna have a nice sunny afternoon, and it's like hailing. You know?
We just don't know.
We don't know. We're just paid to say we're talking about clouds
The weatherman
on a
just
green
like,
screen.
I like that weatherman report where he's like Godzilla's gonna show up and deflect the hurricane.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
believe them too, honestly.
AT&T's having a lot of issues, especially in the Houston area right now. And Dallas too. We're gonna blame this shit on Dallas. It's all Dallas' fault.
Ironically, it's
Hey,
based
it's
in
not my
Dallas.
call. This is your call.
It's all of our call. It's actually it's in my area, honestly. It's 18.
Are you in Virginia or West Virginia?
COVID Life Center update. That's just great.
Oh, that was another. Well, it's a good thing we changed our policy.
I'm looking at an ad, and I'm just like, what's this COVID thing? My bad.
So, like, we were talking about gym memberships. We're talking about quitting a gym, but it's not just quitting the gym that's a pain in the ass. It's the people at the gyms that make the experience a whole pain in the ass as well. It's like,
It does, yeah.
It's just,
Houston's weather is an angry Latina who doesn't know what she wants, so she has mood swings. Oh my god. That is the best description I've heard all day.
He's not wrong either.
It is an angry Latina. Are you eating on my podcast?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a Three Musketeers?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can eat. I don't care.
I'm a big dork for Three Musketeers.
Yeah, all those anti-vaxxers destroyed the 5G towers in Houston.
Yeah.
oh my god.
No, it's a joke. It's because we have a lot of
I mean,
flat
like, yeah,
earthers.
at this point.
Some of them are phenomenal, if you know what I mean.
Like Goku's camera is a little bit angled to the side now, so we can actually see more of his background.
There, fixed it.
Hey, look at that. There's some kind of air heater thing there.
Oh, it's a fan that goes.
I look at his background.
It's a fan that blows towards my bed.
Yeah.
Because
This is Texas.
Because I have so many, like, I have 2 computers in my room. I have 2 computers. I have my 50-inch TV, and I got my PS4. So all these damn electronics, including the arcade cabinet in the back, they produce a lot of heat.
Oh, you just...
So we were talking about fucking flat earthers.
We're gonna get to this topic. eventually.
You're not gonna get away. Someone please explain to me how flat earthers believe that the earth is flying through space like a frisbee.
Well, like, did you see the documentary on Netflix about flat earthers?
No.
There was a documentary on Netflix about flat earthers, and like they got all this money, and they like went to prove that the Earth is round, or sorry, the Earth is flat.
I heard about. Oh,
Bentley proved that the Earth was round while doing it. It was great. It was like the best 45 minutes I've ever.
there was a test they did with a laser that pointed from one point to the other, and it's like, if the Earth is flat, when this after like so many hours, this will be in the same spot. And they tested it. It moved because the Earth is fucking round. It's like, we just wish we had proof that the Earth was flat and round.
Like cause chaos, and like that's their, that's their like purpose of life is just like, you know what, Earth is flat.
There was a guy. I think there was a guy recently. He was trying to prove that the Earth was flat, but by testing out a rocket. But unfortunately, an accident happened and he died from it. And he was like, "Oh shit!"
He went up in like a homemade rocket and died.
Well, like
just to try to prove that the Earth is flat.
But like this is NASA.
Stupid.
Like they're like NASA's like faking.
It's funded by the government. It's fake
exactly.
news.
I'll be right back, guys.
It's like so completely and utterly like fake, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there was this video that I watched. I watched like some too many videos. There was this video I watched. It was do you know like Adam Ruins Everything?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. He did like a video on like how literally like you physically in that time could not have reproduced the moon landing.
Yeah, you can't fake it. It's impossible.
Yeah, you cannot have fake because of like lights and stuff like that. It literally was because of like lighting that they and it was like, yeah, people still believe it though. So you know what? If you want to believe that and you don't like bother me, you have fun at your little like flat.
Okay, so I have good news, everybody. I remembered that I have a landline connected directly to my internet, and I just plugged it into my computer, so that will definitely help with the signal a lot better. Because I was running on Wi-Fi. I've been running on Wi-Fi, and I'm guessing that the Wi-Fi is just having issues. So we're going to run direct, because that's when I run into my tower. We were talking about flat earthers. Somebody just made a good comment. Yeah. The Earth is cubed, just like in Minecraft, and that makes sense.
Yeah, okay. That's solid. Yeah, no, I'll believe that.
But like, there are people that are like anti-vaxxers. They're like, oh no, the Earth's flat.
They must be like taking like so much just stuff. You know?
I am convinced that the people that don't want to wear a face mask in Texas, the ones that don't wear the face mask, are the same people that don't believe in vaccinating their kids.
Yeah, some of them are. There was
I thought they all died off in the first wave.
Also, there was a woman who, from San Diego, she was trying to shame this employee, a Starbucks employee who was wearing a mask because he told her to wear a mask, and she was like, "Oh, this guy told me. Well, I'm gonna call the cops on him. I'm gonna call corporate, even though that's Starbucks policy." And it turns out she's an anti-vax person, so it kind of confirmed.
Talk about this stuff. It's like, who has the time to just grab a face mask and go?
Yeah, just grab a mask and go. I don't know why it's a big deal. For some people, it's understandable. Some of them do legit have a medical condition. Others, they just use it as an excuse to not wear it.
That's the reason people wear masks, is for people who don't have medical conditions and stuff.
Right, but for the people that can't wear a mask, a lot of stores, a lot of companies are offering to do curbside
early
pickup.
Mm-hmm.
They're willing to some companies are actually FaceTiming with their customers so they can get what they need, and they let them pay online.
Also, some stores they have certain hours for those people.
Right.
Yeah. I think Kroger's doing something for senior citizens and people with underlying health conditions. They have at 7 to 8 a.m.
Yeah, 8 to 9 a.m. or something like that. Similar to
7 a.m. Get your groceries. Yay.
My previous coworker was an anti-vax kid. She got me sick every year. That sucks.
I would hate to be in that position.
Well, it's there's definitely people coming, or young adults coming out, and they're saying that I want to take vaccines, and their parents are against it, and there's this whole new movement of just 18-year-olds who are just I'm 18. I want just the shingles.
Give my body my choice,
I'm tired of you know.
Should have pocket sand her.
Stupid freaking Carlos. Oh,
Pachinko, why? Should have pocket sand her.
that was great. That was funny. It literally made me laugh out loud. What? I'm trying to like watch the comments, listen to everybody, and then he says pocket sander. I want to pocket sand somebody one day. Pocket sand. I'm an earthbender. Pocket sand.
Oh, that's I just watched Avatar like a few days ago.
What, you didn't
like for the first time?
Yes, for the first. I know.
Well, no,
But-
I'm not gonna give you crap for that because you said you just got out. You just got out of high school, and isn't Avatar like 15 years old?
2005, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely.
We're old. We're old people.
Yeah, yeah. So I think when I was watching Avatar, I didn't start watching it until they got to the library, and I think I was in college when it started. When I started watching it.
Yeah.
But I love Avatar: The Last Airbender. So you were talking about Avatar. You just saw it. What'd you think? What did you think?
Like, it's so good. I can't even express to you how amazing it is. And I've like watched, I think like 6 hours of like video essays talking about why it's good. And I'm like, yes, you go Avatar. And like they're making like a action that is coming out soon for Netflix. Like, and then I've been like watching Legend of, which is fine. It's
Stop, boy.
But I've watched the movie, which is absolutely amazing. They did a fantastic job with the visual effects. You know, the characters were just perfectly represented in their, you know, certain cultures, and it's a great movie.
After
that's some
there's also
things right there.
there are comic books for the Last Airbender Avatar.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
make
there
sure
are.
you also read those. There's a lot of things about Avatar that went over a lot of people's heads. Like there is much more deeper lore to the Avatar series.
Well, like what was it like, especially with like Azula, and she was like 14, like through the entire, like to the end of the series, it ended up being like 14, and she's having this like psycho mental like disaster of a breakdown at the age of 14, where she looks just mentally insane, and they like lock her up in like an insane asylum at the age of 14. Like she's so messed up at this point that it's like there's no hope for her.
So
and
like the
sad.
theory behind her losing her mind is that when she had finally earned the spot of Fire Lord, and it finally all came full circle, the one thing that she wanted the most was her mother to be there for her and to show her that she had loved her.
No, it's so sad. And the thing is, I think it's mainly because of Firelord Ozai's like abuse. I mean, there was so much abuse going on. I mean, he was a terrible father, he's a terrible parent. You know, clearly.
Terrible person.
He's a terrible person.
I don't know if you know this, but Zuko and Azula's mother was not originally. She didn't love Ozai. She was abducted and kind of forced into that marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't love Ozai, but she loved her children. So in the I don't want to spoil anything, but in the comics they do go deeper into that.
Oh, did I spoil something? I'm sorry. I apologize. I just said spoiler.
It's a
alert.
15-year-old thing. You didn't spoil it.
No, you didn't spoil anything. They're trolling. Like I told you in Messenger that they would troll, and that's what Black Sonic does. He trolls.
Yeah, no. Someone said something about like the Firebenders needing like a source, and it's just.
Oh right.
That's,
so in the
movie. That's very
in
rare.
the movie. So in the movie is so damn stupid. I was bitching about the movie for like 3 hours. And I spent a good 15 minutes bitching about one scene. I'm like, look, I watched The Last Airbender again. And so Aang's like giving this whole speech like, you're Earthbenders. You got to uprise against the Fire Nation. You're surrounded by Earth. Come on, you can do it. And here comes all the Firebenders, and Aang's all like, oh no, I'm going to stop all of you. And so like the Earthbenders start bending Earth. So they have like 7 guys like doing all these martial arts choreographed moves. There's 7 of them. There's 7 of them together. They're doing all this. It's so choreographed. It looks like a break dance. And as they're doing this, a single rock floats by this fast. About this size.
Like, they have like one guy just like push into someone's face. It's so
It hits
sad.
like
And
3
then-
people. One rock hit 3 people.
Yeah, and then you get like one the Earth the Earthbenders were in like a metal prison in the middle of the sea, so it like makes sense that they couldn't bend anything. And then Toph is just like what 2, and she's just like, here, let me just carve in this mountainside of my face, you know.
I believe Toph is between 10 and 12.
Yeah, no, she's just like so young and
Or
she's so short, 4'11".
she's like slightly younger than Aang, because Aang is younger than Katara and Sokka.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's right.
Zuko's like 16, I think. Yeah.
Sokka and Zuko are about 16. Katara is 14. Aang was 12 at the beginning of the show, and Toph is about a year or 2 years younger than Aang. Oh yes, so Soul Cosplay is another. They just commented. That's another cosplay guest that we're gonna have in the podcast, I believe, tomorrow. I don't know what our subject is for tomorrow, but right now we're talking about Last Airbender. We're talking about Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh yeah. It's like Jim's Avatar.
Jim, we're
Same.
Jim. Fuck the gym for making me write an essay. I want to quit the gym because I am poorer than dirt, and Aang is older than Toph, yes, but he is younger than Katara, because in the beginning of the show, they do establish that Katara is like 13 or 14 and Aang is 12.
I'm not sure, honestly. Oh boy, like, have you ever guys? I mean, like, 12-year-old boy is like so hard, and she managed to. She found something in that child, and you know, any other 12-year-old boy, I don't think this relationship would have worked very well.
Well, he's the Avatar. He has the wisdom of
Like 100.
thousands of years. Not only that, he was also 100 years older than.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like they explain, like, I don't know if a lot of people know this, and this is spoiler warning, so just go ahead and like turn off the volume for like 10 seconds, and we're not going to discuss this.
Okay.
In the Avatar lore, Aang dies out of a young age because when he was frozen in the ice in the Avatar state, that actually took a toll on his body and shortened his lifespan.
Wait, how long did it shorten his lifespan?
He died around 66.
Oh yeah, and like Avatar's lived up to like, I think like Avatar Kyoshi like lived to like 200 around that time, and
Right.
I'm like, you know,
She was too stubborn
he
to
is
die. That was her.
one.
Kyoshi
Heck
was
of-
like 7 feet, and
Yeah.
and it's
Giant
not
did not
like-
care.
it's not established in the more spoiler alerts. Turn off the volume for like another 10 seconds. In the comic books, it's established that Kyoshi is bisexual, but in the cartoon, it's not established.
Well, I mean, like, Korra's bisexual, but it really wasn't that established in like the show. I mean, of course there were hints, but it wasn't just like they like kissed, you know, like we're a couple. But
They said she was
it was all-
bi-curious in the very first episode.
Sorry, my apologies.
You're
so
fine.
sorry.
It's okay.
There was this like one scene though, and it was when Aang was like meditating on like the lion turtle, and he's sitting there and he's like getting help from the past avatars, and Roku is just like, you know, I forgot what each avatar said, but something like, you know, bring peace, like trust yourself, like Kyoshi's just like, kill him, and his like, he doesn't deserve to live, and I'm like, dang, you know, chill, you know, you clearly have some, you know, like,
End
blood-
him.
No,
and
Kyoshi had problems. Kyoshi had anger management problems.
Like, I'd do it again too, and it's like, you know what, I'll do it for you. You know, I swear she was just gonna like take over, and it's like, you know what, Mama, do it for you. You know.
She's like the black sheep of all the avatars.
Even when Kyoshi, even when Kyoshi dated guys, Kyoshi was the man in the relationship.
In part of the relation. She was like the one that's like manspreading.
She's the one like, get on the bed and take off your pants. Now.
She's Avatar, she's 7 feet tall, and she's not afraid to kill someone. So I mean, yeah, you'd be you. No one's gonna stop you.
Kyoshi was definitely cool. They should have like, there's nothing wrong with the Legend of Korra, the show. Unfortunately, a lot of people look down on the Legend of Korra because they're comparing it to
Last Airbender.
The Last Airbender, and they're not the same way. The Legend of Korra actually tackled some issues that I like in the Fable video game. In the second one, you find out that all the heroes are gone because the people had discovered gunpowder and they created guns. So they started making guns, and so like we don't need heroes anymore, and the heroes caused so much collateral damage, and some heroes became villains that they stormed the Hero Academy and killed most of the heroes. They killed most of the heroes with guns.
Okay.
So Avatar was kind of like taking that approach, like, you know what? We're advancing technology. We're advancing to a point where we no longer need benders anymore. Like our technology is bringing us to places we didn't think we would ever be, because they were in a 100-year war where they really couldn't advance technology-wise because they were constantly fighting.
Yeah.
And I like Avatar because there's lots of things that it like it's like what the owl said in the library. He's like, you know what? Everyone thinks that their fight or their war is justifiable, but you know, good and evil are perspective. Like the Fire Nation people weren't evil; they were just under the tyrannical rule of a dictator
Who was evil?
who
but-
was evil. The Earth Kingdom weren't exactly good guys because they were living in an illusion where people were constantly keeping the war secret and keeping people under this false curtain, kind of like North Korea or China back in the day.
That's accurate.
Like, so speaking of China, like I really also appreciate all of the cultures that like Avatar has brought in, and just like the immense representation that they had at such an early age in like TV that you can only like re-see like see again like now. Yeah, we're gonna have like Eskimo as the water tribe, or Eskimo like people as the water tribe. It's
Inuit.
It's fun. It's just
calm down.
learn about the cultures, and like there's like all this. I love all the bending styles, like off of like different like not kung fu, like but martial arts. And it's just like, all those like little details just come in like so perfectly, nicely, and neat, and it's so satisfying.
I wonder, you know what? People should learn how to bend food. Like, come to my mouth.
Yes. Well, I mean, you could.
It's just water bending.
Mm-hmm.
Like with
Air bending too,
air.
a little bit.
Yeah.
So, and another thing that we didn't bring up, the water tribe was also kind of bad in their own way because they were misogynistic.
I mean,
Yeah.
definitely. They did. They did.
They were.
Obviously, but I mean, yeah.
Solve that problem real quick, though.
Right,
Especially,
but the show drew like it showed you like the casualties of war. It showed you like the consequences of living in a world being torn apart by war. How people live, how they see everything. Like not everybody sees the Avatar as a savior. Like it had so many different aspects that people completely missed out. It showed racism. It showed it showed all kinds of different things, and it was a great show.
No, 100%. Like what I really appreciated was like General, obviously General yeah, that's how I pronounce it.
Iroh.
And his Iroh. I'm sorry, I don't know why I want to say Iroh. And his story, and he was like a general, and he probably killed like hundreds of thousands, and like maybe even like probably maybe even like helped with like the genocide of the airbenders. And it's like at the end of the story he's like T, and we all like love him and just adore him, and just it's interesting how they didn't gloss over it. They this was a big part of his backstory, but you almost can't get that thought out of your head that he just like maybe helped with the genocide of the airbenders.
Right. He was following his father's orders because
That's true. Yeah, there is that he was like a general under his father, and parents.
He was their lead general too. He was the strongest
Yeah,
firebender in their
It
kingdom.
was.
He was stronger than Ozai. He just turned peaceful.
right. Well,
That's why
he
he
was
was
always.
First in line.
He wasn't always violent. He was a genius at strategy. He was a genius at strategic war campaigns, and he lied multiple times. Like he had lied about slaying the last dragon so he could protect them from the rest of the Fire Nation. Because remember, hunting the dragons was a Fire Nation sport since Azula, the Fire Lord that started the war. Or was it Osai? No, it wasn't Azula. What was the name of the Fire Lord? It was Ozin or some shit.
Sozin.
Sozin.
The comet was named after him.
Then which one was Azula? Yeah. It was the grandfather.
Azula was the daughter.
No, but Azula was named after one of the Fire Lords.
Probably after Sozin then.
Yeah. I think it was Sozin, Azula.
Sozin was the one who started the Fire Nation. He started the thing.
Sozin was because he was best friends with Roku, and he and Roku.
He was the father of Ozai and Iroh.
Well,
and then
Sozin was the first one. Then there's Sozin had a son. Ozai. Oh, Azulon.
Ozai and
it's Azulon. Azulon, which Azula is named after, is Ozai's father.
I was like, what? Okay, what is this?
Sozin, Azulon, Ozai, and then Zuko.
You should get like a family trio.
There is. It's kind of hard to. So
there's a lot of branches.
There's a lot of branches. Yeah. That's a big ass tree.
Well, there was this YouTube video that recently came out with for Avatar: The Last Airbender, and it was like, and they got like Sokka, and we don't know what really happened to Sokka after the show, and then the little video, they're just like, we don't know what happened to Sokka, and you're just like, really? No, you're not gonna, because I like the headcanon that he married.
He might be dead.
Yeah, but he was really alive.
Dead.
So.
By the time Korra comes around, he's dead because the Katara, I think, briefly mentions that she was like the last one of their group.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense. Like, let's just go ahead and address the elephant in the room. Avatar, the lore is not perfect. It is not. It's far from it. They make mistakes too. In The Legend of Korra, I don't know if anybody remembers, but Katara will say, all of my friends are dead. And then later on, they introduce Zuko and Toph.
It's just Aang.
Everyone except Aang. So I'm like, these characters are like, thanks, Katara. I didn't know we weren't your friends.
I mean, Katara's like how old? So, I mean, it's fun. I mean, like, to a certain degree, it's like, if all my friends are dead, like, I mean, you could almost attribute it to, her old age if you really want to just be, like, try to connect the pieces of the lore together,
You know what? Since this is such a serious topic, debate, question, whatever, what?
And do another
We're going to Google it. We're going to Google it.
We're just gonna
go for it, man.
We search live. That's what we do here.
Oh, I think it's such a good character. I want to have a kid with Toph. Like, that is what I wanted so badly.
Okay, so this is what it says. So this is according to Wikipedia. Now, not everybody trusts Wikipedia, but Wikipedia does try its best to make sure that all of its material is credible. This is what it says. In the first season of the sequel series, The Legend of Korra, which picks up 70 years after Ozai's defeat, Katara, now an elderly woman, states that Sokka is deceased. In the third season, Tenzin, Katara and Aang's son, mentions that Sokka was present when a gang of criminals attempted to abduct Korra as a child. So they are hinting that he might have died.
I mean, because we don't assume that he's dead. I know it's bad, but like,
I should have got some water.
I mean, especially with the show, especially since the showrunners didn't make an effort to make him appear in Legend of Korra, I think we just assume that he's dead.
Well,
I guess that was just a way for them to written him off, maybe.
Yeah, I understand that. Like a kid show, so I understand that they don't want to graphically show that, oh, this is how this Sokka's dead, and then they have to go through the whole story. So
it's a boomerang accident.
Kind of
Korra does not exist according to my weeb friends. Your weeb friends are wrong. Korra, and I don't get me wrong, Korra is not the best, and I'm really, really upset because she killed the line between herself and the previous Avatar. So the cycle restarted.
Well, I kept watching Korra, and I kept looking at this girl, and I was closer in age to her than Aang. But I'm looking at this airbender, or this Avatar, and I'm just like, you are just so stupid. And And I kept watching it, and I'm like, well, that could have been, so easy. You made it 5 times more difficult. And like the entirety of season 2 could have just been avoided. Like if she just like didn't listen to her uncle, like it just could have been avoided.
Well, the difference between her and Aang was that Aang was a master. He had mastered airbending completely by the age of 12. That means that Aang had reached almost pure spiritual enlightenment before he was even a teenager. Now, they do say in the very first episode that Korra has lots of raw talent. She is one of the best. She is one of the avatars with like the most potential of them all. However, she has no spiritual connection.
Yeah.
She has nothing that makes her like Aang, in the sense that she doesn't meditate. She has no way to communicate with the spirit world. She doesn't connect to it as easily. She can't relate to it as easily. And that's where her faults lie. And that's what makes her so much different than Aang. Korra is not the... For those of you that don't know, so, like, Korra is... Because Nickelodeon advertises all the time. Korra is an LGBT A+ member. We're not going to say when they... Like, they don't really go into it in the anime and the show, but it is established that she is bi, I guess? Bisexual?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because she did... Oh, I think she did, what is her face? Asumi?
Asumi, yeah, Osami.
Asami.
Yeah.
She dated Sushi.
She dated Sushi. I can see her doing that. So yeah, I mean, although I hate when they decided to like kind of initiate that. It was like the last episode, and they're like, "We're gonna make it gay." So, and you can kind of see that. You could somewhat see that relationship building, but until kind of the last episode, it was more just of a really, really strong friendship, which I also
in the comics, they do explain when they started having feelings for each other, and it was towards the end. It was in the last season when they started developing feelings for each other.
Yeah, but it was in the like it's not on TV. And if you want to have like a gay or LGBT character, or an whatever character, that's fine, but don't like try to hide it. I'd rather you just have like a straight character than an LGBT character that's been kind of like written off.
Well, I don't think it was written that way. I think it was just written that she didn't know. Because she's confused, because as the avatar... Because remember, she's not an adult yet. She's like 16, 17. She's still trying to discover herself as a human being and as the avatar. Because as the avatar, you're not allowed to live a normal life, so she can't just sit there and think about, well, who do I like? Who can I date? She kind of built relationships with the people that were around her. So it could be it might be fair to say she could even be pansexual.
I could definitely say that. I mean, yeah, I mean, as the avatar, I mean, like, you don't really have a lot of like friends and just like really, really close friends, and just kind of like grab onto like the nearest person. It's like, please just comfort me.
Love me, Gatorade-chan.
Yeah, once a person, hinted at the letters chorus. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I could see them hinting at it, but I mean, it wasn't just as obvious as says like, her and Mako's, where they clearly kiss on screen and, all that jazz. But I mean, I guess like if they went into like the little like a spirit portal thing and they like kissed, that would have been better. But they're just like holding each other and like looking up, and then they go, and it's.
What would you expect them to do? Just like get naked right there and then, like, yeah.
Like pull it back on the cheek would have been nice, like. No, they don't like them to strip, but just
Why are they still fully clothed?
Yeah.
But like Legend of Korra does have it does have a lot of flaws. There is an episode though dedicated to the very first Avatar 1, and I love that. I love his story, and they should have done an entire series on that.
I wish they did.
There's still a chance.
Yeah, they could do that.
I was Korra when I was watching those 2 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just really like nice. It really did remind me of like the original series, and the way they structured it and the way they did it. And like the animation, as always, was just so beautiful and like took that like Chinese calligraphy really seriously.
This turned into an Avatar episode.
Is it me, or does like, so in Avatar: The Last Airbender, when they go meet the ancient firebenders, is it me, or did they give off like a Mayan like vibe?
Yes,
They worshipped like
vibes.
dragons and had a temple.
like the ziggurats, like the temples like looked like ziggurats, and I was like, yes, this is. I mean, I could kind of see it. I would have pegged them more as Chinese, but you know,
The outfits that they were wearing looked like they were inspired by Mayans.
Right, and
Yeah.
they like we had the sun god. The Aztecs and Mayans had the sun god, and they and, like the they kind of worship the sun, worship dragon. They didn't worship dragons, but dragons were like like the first. They were the first firebenders, and that's something that I had problems with. They were saying, oh, badger moles and flying bisons were the first benders, but in Korra, they get their bending from the lion turtles. We're not going to go into detail because one of our soul cos hasn't seen it, but like there are certain things that I didn't like, that I felt like they kind of like shoehorned it, but that's where I come back and say that Avatar's writing is not perfect. There are little things here and there where like, oh, we screwed up. But that's anything. There's no such thing as perfect when it comes to a book or a show or a comic.
I think a lot of these legends as well. I mean, like, yes, they could have like learned from like the sky bison. Like, let's say like the people got the ability to earthbend, and then they like learned from like the dragons.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something like that. They could have like incorporated. Like, they didn't actually get the gift of bending, but they just like learned from the.
I love that. I love that comment. So many anime writers are prom level experiences when it comes to writing relationships.
Yeah.
Just let them hold hands for a little bit and then walk into the sunset.
No, they're like, do you
Yeah.
like
There you go.
the girl's like, I like you, but I'm gonna hit you over the head with this bottle.
Yeah, what is with that? Like, abuse is like is equivalent to like love. It just.
It's not a good lesson.
They're watching like a bunch of little kids, and they're just like, oh, if they hit each other, that means they like each other.
I'm so glad Naruto did not end up with Sakura. I'm sorry for all the Naruto fans out there that wanted him to end up with Sakura. I'm so glad they decided to put Naruto with Hinata like they had planned that the whole time, but I'm so glad they decided to like stick with that, because Sakura beat the shit out of him like every season.
It's sad. Like, have you guys seen like what is it? The next series like Baruto?
Boruto, yeah.
Burrito.
It's
Burrito? Is that
Boruto.
His son
Burrito.
Chalupa.
It's Naruto, Boruto, and his grandson Chalupa.
That's gonna be the better one.
And then the
It skips a generation.
and then the great grandson Quesadilla.
I just want it called. Eventually, just turns to taco.
Yeah, I was about to just say taco next.
It's Chaco. Which is
Nachito.
so-
Water it down. Not Nacho. That's good.
Nachos.
But like that is a thing in anime. Abusive relationships seem to be a thing. Are like
Sundays.
are like like the relationships are mostly like. I know there are some where the guy is like constantly chasing the girl, but it's a lot of the time, based on the ones I've seen, it's usually the girl like very like mean or abusive to the guy, and then they admit they have feelings for them later on.
Yeah, so it's like Sundays, basically.
Sunday
With
is
Sakura, it was not that. Sakura was just abusive to
no, but
Naruto
that's why I
while
didn't
being
like. That's
after
why I
someone
like
else.
that so much, because they didn't
Naruto dodged a bullet.
reward. They didn't reward her with being with Naruto, because Sasuke is such a shitty father, dude. He's worse than Goku. Goku's excuse was that he was dead. Sasuke just flat out. Sasuke pulls the I'm gonna go to the corner store for cigarettes and doesn't come back.
Yeah, he just ditched him.
My father went to the corner store 5 years ago. And never came.
He went to the corner store for cigarettes and never came back.
He doesn't show up at all during like Sarada's entire like childhood. So like
Nah,
13 years of just not being there.
right, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, what was Goku's like? It was 8 years,
He's
like
just
9
dead
years.
for like a
Three.
year.
He
a
was
year or so
dead
at a
for
time.
he was dead for a year. He was gone for a year and a half on Yardrat, and then he was dead for 7 years. But he was there for Gohan for the first 4 years of his life. Then he spent 3 years with them before he decided to stay dead.
Hashtag Goku's a better father than Sasuke.
Like at least he was dead instead of just.
Literally dead or on another planet. Those are his.
Yeah,
those are his excuses.
I count that as
on the other planet, he was dying. Remember,
Yeah.
and he was learning how to use that new technique from the Yardratians. That's why he didn't want to come to Earth, but he never fully learned how to use it. We're not going to go into Dragon Ball Super because I could talk all day about Dragon Ball.
What do you mean? You're a Dragon Ball fan?
Oh no, for real? What was your first clue? Oh wait, that's Ninja Turtles. Never mind.
It's a weird crossover.
There's always something on top of the cabinet. They always use it as a table.
Yeah,
It was clear one time.
You know what?
was it the
You know what? It's clear now.
But yeah, that's way clean.
Super-
Goku. Twice.
So what?
I had that up there. I was hoping that you'd see
Your
it
right is like so much smaller.
just to irritate you.
Okay.
Who cares if Superman beat Goku? Superman is
I don't
the
know.
most broken character in existence. In one issue, he can sneeze and destroy an entire solar system. The next, he's being pummeled by a machine that has a green rock as a heart.
I guess it's just like you have to like read it and just forget about any consistency whatsoever.
It's because the writers for the problem with DC Comics and Marvel
no-
Comics
Different
is that they're
writers.
constantly changing
There's
writers.
too many. Yeah. There's just there's too many crossovers. There's just too many of them to like actually keep like a good storyline.
And that's the
And-
difference between anime and comics. Like the problem with anime is that once an anime is done, it's done. Like it will die.
The manga.
Or on
no.
High School Host.
Look at Death Note. Like how often do you see people cosplaying
No.
Death Note?
Actually, they tried to make a musical out of Death Note.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was like a stage
Broadway,
play.
You guys see, like, if you haven't listened to the music, I'm like, everyone, if you guys haven't listened to the music, you need to listen to the music of, like, the Death Note musical, because it is, like on fire. Like, it's like, yes, it's so cool. Like, I wish they did it actually, like maybe off-Broadway. It's so good.
You know what they? I
I'm
don't
like,
know.
listen.
I don't know if anybody listening or if one of y'all have seen this. They tried to make an anime out of Supernatural.
Yeah, they tried an animation of it.
Yeah. How did that go?
I saw the Scooby Doo crossover.
So they
Does that
took
count?
the first So they took the first season, and they took every hour-long episode and the 40-minute episodes. They condensed them to 20 minutes for TV time,
Yeah.
for anime TV time. Doesn't work.
Wow, I wouldn't have figured that out.
They should have just made. They should have just taken the 2-hour episodes and made them into 2 episodes.
Yeah, but like, that would.
Yeah, and also one of the actors who the main cast, like one of them couldn't do it, so they had somebody else voice
It was
him in the series.
Was it in
Jared, yeah.
Like,
It was the guy that played Dean. He comes in there later on. Hey, Blastoise is here. Blastoise.
Oh, we have a new friend.
On the comment section.
Oh, we do have a new friend.
You got to remember the
he's the
comment
one
section is
person that
very
would tilt
the
it.
comment section is very lively. People like that's why we encourage people to come watch and be a part of the comment section because it's very lively. We want to hear everybody's input. And we do acknowledge the comments. We try we're not like but then again, I'm not going to give other streamers shit for it because they have a shit ton of people commenting. But we try to acknowledge everybody.
How are you supposed to keep up with 11 people? That's like impossible.
I know.
So, what is it? Like something like the Death Note movie adaptation on Netflix. Was
Ugh. That was
Is
awful.
that the guy? Wasn't the guy who played Kira?
Wolf.
Wasn't that? Yeah, that was the guy from Naked Brothers Band.
Yeah.
Well, I remember The Fault in Our Stars because that's the genre I was in. But I know when I heard like Nat Wolff was like playing like Light, I was just like,
Yeah,
really? Like, you know what? Maybe he's a good actor. Maybe, just maybe. Like, no, he's like screaming like a girl.
He's like emo
like,
Peter from Spider-Man 3.
They ruined a perfectly good chance of having Willem Dafoe do something.
My biggest pet peeve with the movie is that when he's holding up, they're on the Ferris wheel, and he's holding his girlfriend trying to save her, and he lets her go, and she's falling. She starts falling in slow motion. They play like this very happy song in the background, and that song did not fit at all. That's like
No.
Barney shooting up like a mall, and they play "I love you, you love me" while he's murdering people. It didn't work.
That'd actually be a better. They should have played that song instead. That would have been better.
Elle didn't seem as smart. Like Light didn't seem smart. Miso didn't seem smart. Like these characters that were supposed to be
They're Americans.
pieces are just
Yeah, the American
There are
version.
certain aspects of the movie that I actually liked, like Light's dad being Light and his dad being poor, living in a shitty house because he's a good cop, he's an honest cop. That makes sense because the honest cops
Yeah.
get shit on, and they don't make as much
They
as they
do.
do in Japan.
no, definitely. And yeah, I mean, like, I think the
Oh no,
what was like a,
no, you didn't. You brought up
Someone
Dragon
mentioned
Ball
it.
Evolution.
Yeah.
I brought that up. I figured this is going to be brought up.
Why would you do that? I have so many things wrong with Dragon Ball Evolution.
The easiest thing to antagonize you with is Dragon Ball stuff.
Shut up. Anyways, with Death Note though, there were certain things that made sense, and it worked, but the execution was just not there.
it was really bad. Just
It
so
tried.
with it. So and like I'm not sure if they were going to make sequels of it.
They
But there
had
was so
planned to.
They had planned to. Okay, because I know people don't like him, but my favorite character is Nier. I know people don't like him, but I like really, really, really liked him, and like I realized that there was no Nier in this movie, and I'm like, no, like I love him so much.
I'm not gonna look. And the one thing I liked about, and people are gonna give me shit. I don't care if people give me shit. So the one thing I really thought that Death Note got right was at the very end when his dad figured out that he was Kira.
Yeah, yeah,
That made sense because in the anime, I'm like, your son has access to the police records and all this information, and L is saying that somebody must have police access information. They're a student. How did you not figure out it was your own son? Were you in denial? Are you just dumb? What's going on here? But this guy was like, you know what? I think you're Kira because you're acting weird. For some reason, all your friends are dying. Like I feel a demonic presence around you.
well,
A lot of shadow around you today.
Your girlfriend's
dark aura
dead.
around you.
I
Your
can feel
girlfriend's
like
dead.
your spiritual aura is just off today.
You did your chores on time. Something's going on.
We don't have any more apples.
We got any more apples?
I'm buying apples every day for some reason.
I know what. I don't have. They don't have red apples. I only have to get green.
Why is with that the
Whoa. So I had to send a letter for my gym membership that gym charged me like $80 for maintenance.
What
For
the
a maintenance
fuck?
fee. What
That's
the hell?
stupid. That's more than the membership.
No,
Them
like they
charging
didn't
you
do
for
anything.
another month.
In
Oh,
Death
gotcha.
Note, the live action movie on Netflix, like Light was like L was like, I'm L, and I think this guy is Kira, and I'm gonna like stalk him. That was pretty much the whole movie.
He was not a smart person.
He wasn't smart either.
He was
Like, there was-
obsessive. He didn't want to like. I like that he was obsessive because he didn't want to be wrong, but he ran the risk of being wrong.
Yeah, but I don't know. He didn't come off as very smart, especially that he had like a talk with like L. Yeah, he had a talk with like Kira. Like halfway through the movie, and he's just like, "I'm L," and it's okay. It's kind of weird. Like you wanted to keep it secret at the first, but now you're just like out in the open, like talking to, Light. you think it's
Here's-
Kira.
Here's my student ID.
I'm so
Yeah.
glad it had it been me in the movie. I'm L.
Here's my
Okay.
social security.
Like, no habla inglés. No sé, me está gritando. Me está diciendo que Kira,
Oh,
Kira,
shoot.
Kira, pero no sé qué se está hablando.
Oh man, I got the wrong guy. Sorry.
Damn, he doesn't speak English. Never mind. Wrong guy. Oh, you
Shit.
think
Oops,
because I'm
wrong guy.
like, ¿sabes qué? Do you think because I'm brown and I work hard, like I can't even write or read? ¿Sabes qué? You got me on my, this is my diary.
I just where's so many phones? I don't know. Like, they have, what else have they done with that besides like? Oh yeah,
Nothing.
there's been like what is like book to movie adaptations too. Mostly trash.
I think the Japanese Death Note live action movies were
Yeah.
better than the actual anime.
I haven't seen them, but like how good are they?
I've heard that too. I've heard people say
Oh,
that.
okay.
about
We have a question for Miss Laura.
We do.
Yes,
Electric SeaFoam.
The photo above you, is it a photo of Jesus or a Sith
Yeah.
Lord?
That looks
is
like
not-
the bottom of a movie.
So
It's like the Mandalorian.
it's
Sith
no,
Jesus.
it's Atlantic from Overwatch, and one of her poses is that like I think it's supposed to be like one of like a more of a religious like pose. It's like her victory pose where she's just kind of all angelic and she's looking up and like, you know.
Ah.
But no, I did like a bunch of like when I went to Katsu, I like sent my photographer like every victory pose like Mercy had, and I'm like, I want all of these poses, and that one turned out like the best because like just the way it was, the way that we were set up. We woke up at like 8 a.m. because the room what is it, the atrium gets like super crowded by 9, so we wake up at like 8 a.m. we take all these photos like super quickly and then we leave. And we go change.
The whole Jesus pose thing. I like that pose because whenever whenever they're in cosplay and they're trying to seem majestic, they always do the Jesus pose. Oh.
Right.
Well, I mean, it works because Angela Ziegler is like an angel. You know, there's a whole like angel part of her, and you like see her with a lot of like poster art where she is like coming out, and like there's like a huge like ring of light behind her, and just like, yeah, this is Overwatch God. You know, she's a medic.
Hello, G4B0 Gamer. First, I think this is the first time you're commenting in the stream. You're commenting from Twitch. Thank you for joining us on the podcast. We were talking about Death Note and Jesus poses.
Yeah.
If you're watching it, the only way you can see the YouTube and Twitch comments if you actually look at the video itself.
Mm-hmm.
The live action adaptation for the Full Metal Alchemist that came out, I really wanted to watch it.
Wait,
because
I forgot
it
all
looked
about
pretty
that.
Cool.
I forgot that.
It
yeah,
looked really
kind of
cool,
it.
but they spent all their budget on the scenes with Alphonse because he's entirely CG. But I decided not to watch it because it didn't have my muscle-bound boy. It's like, if you don't have Armstrong, I'm not watching this movie. Get the biggest
Did y'all see-
bodybuilder you can and put him on the screen.
Did y'all see the adaptation of Bleach though? The live action one?
Yeah, I did. That one was actually pretty well done. I thought that one was.
Yeah, one of the better animes that have been translated into like live action.
Have
But
y'all-
after that, it's
Like, no one, like, a lot of people didn't see the King of Fighters live action adaptation. The Tekken
ass.
live action. A lot of people don't even remember the Super Mario Brothers live action movie.
Most people weren't even born when that came out.
goodness me, that's a.
Have you
That's a
seen
movie.
it?
That is a movie. I did watch it. I like to watch a bunch of like really, really bad movies with my friends. And we just sit there and we just laugh. And I think that our recent movie was like Slenderman. And if you haven't watched Slenderman, please go watch Slenderman.
I want to
The
watch
movie.
that. I'm gonna put it on my list.
If you have
Amazing.
if you have not seen Super Mario Brothers the movie, you need
Yeah,
to see it
go
because
watch
it is the worst adaptation of anything. They mid Toad a guitar playing, propaganda singing hippie that's on the streets begging for change.
I mean, did no one else think of him like that? Was it just me? It was.
I didn't even
It was-
know.
it was-
I didn't even know that was Toad until they said his name.
That's
Yeah.
just Toad over there.
And like Mario and like Luigi. It's just-
And also Yoshi as like a live action raptor.
Yeah, what the hell was up with that?
It's like I don't know. I feel also they should have like made it more children friendly. I mean,
Yeah,
If they
I
made it today, it would probably be a lot better.
It probably would, especially like they are working on a Mario movie, but it's like CG. It's like gonna be like cartoonish.
Somebody
You know,
says,
like
have you seen Street Fighter? Which one, the original live action movie or the Legend of Chun-Li?
Both. I saw both of them.
Chun-Li was worse than the
Then the
Street
original
Fighter.
Street Fighter the movie, yeah.
I love
At least
that-
Street Fighter the movie is entertainingly bad.
It had M.
I was like-
Bison. A good M.
Well, like-
Bison.
What were you saying? I'm sorry. What were you saying, Laura?
They're all like in the comment section. They're all talking about like cosplaying like Jesus, and I'm like,
Yeah, it's blowing up. Hell, both. So I love Street Fighter because it had some funny moments, but it was so bad. Like they have like
Yeah.
that truck filled with explosives running, like driving down towards them, and then Zangief's like, look, they're all looking at the truck, and he looks at the TV. He's like, quick, change the channel, and they're all just,
No,
and then DJ's just like,
yeah. Did you guys watch the what is it? The Sonic movie that recently came out?
Yeah.
yes, it was great. I loved it.
It was great. Also, did you see Detective Pikachu?
It was
Yes.
so cute. It was such a good movie. Like they're doing
It was
really good with
it was
this.
a bad influence on Sonic, the first rendition.
Yeah.
I
And it's
liked
like-
Pikachu, but it
There's
could
like
have
a
just.
spirit together.
Unfortunately, Pikachu, like the movie Detective Pikachu, is one of those movies that where it was good, but I wouldn't watch it a second time.
Yes, I later. I guess.
I mean, I think it was good for what it was, considering what it has followed in the other game to movie adaptations. I mean,
Mm-hmm. There was like a lot of pressure on him.
Did you guys see? What was it? Oh, it's blanking me. It was like assassination. It was like
Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's
Assassination
Creed
Classroom?
movie.
Oh.
I love anime so much, but yeah, no. Assassin's Creed movie was
Michael Fassbender.
yeah, that was good.
They spent
need to
so
make it
much
a-
money on that movie, though.
Wait, y'all liked the Assassin's Creed movie? Am I the only one who fell asleep during Assassin's Creed? Hey, look,
I
Assassin's
thought it was.
Creed.
I thought it was kind of weak. It was okay though.
It contradicted the entire. It contradicted the. I thought it was supposed to tie in with the games. It contradicted the games.
Yeah. Oh, and there was someone talking about the Dungeons and Dragons and the World of Warcraft movie.
Oh, Warcraft
That-
came out. I forgot that came out.
Uh,
Oh my god.
It made a lot of money overseas.
Yeah, I did. That's right.
Somebody
Also,
says- Detective Pikachu was cute, but some of the Pokemon were scary. I haven't seen
Yeah, I agree.
Dungeons and Dragons movie. Detective Pikachu needed more Blastoids. The D&D movies are horrible. It was bad. The Lara Croft movies, the Tomb Raider movies, I didn't like the originals
yeah.
with Angelina Jolie.
did you see the reboot?
No, I have not. I heard it's good though.
Okay.
I think
What about They made like Angry Birds, like they were CGI.
that shit made
Some
no
of them were
sense.
pretty good.
That made no
A
sense. How do you make a?
They were decent.
It was okay. It wasn't
Yeah.
amazing. But it came like so late. Like, Angry Birds was popped a while back. And
Yeah,
just,
it came out too late. I think it been like 5 years too late.
This summer, Flappy Bird.
can they?
No, they can't because the guy got. He didn't say it out loud, but there are a lot of
But he got cease
sources
and desist.
indicating that he got a cease and desist from Nintendo, because when he took off Flappy Bird, his explanation was, "Oh, hey guys, I'm tired of being rich and making money. I'm gonna take down the game." Yeah, bullshit.
No, I think it was getting like suicide threats.
No, he got because so much of the Flappy Bird is
Assets of the
borrowed.
game, yeah.
It's borrowed from Nintendo Super Mario World. Like the Flappy
pipes.
Bird looks like
Look
one
at
of
the
the flying
pipes.
fish. The bird
Yeah,
looks
yeah.
like one of the fish. The pipes, the background, it borrowed so much from Super Mario Brothers that Nintendo was definitely going to sue the shit out of him.
And then
I didn't
like
even
people
know-
made knockoff ones on.
Yeah, I remember
David
that there was
Buster.
a Dungeons and Dragons movie, and the one black guy they had in the movie got killed.
Marlon Wayne's snails.
Yeah,
They killed him off, and then they try to make a part for a sequel to it where like he's still alive. Like no one cares. You spent too much money on this movie. Then they made a sequel, had nothing to do with the first
Yeah,
one.
no, Rush
They even used
Hour-
the same city.
Rush Hour was a better D&D movie than D&D.
At least the black guy survived.
Yeah, I love Rush Hour. Okay,
The only thing about Dungeons and Dragons that had to do with D&D, or that movie, was it had a dungeon, it had dragons. That's about it.
Well, do you guys like watch Critical Role?
I've never seen.
Oh, is that? Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
one. Matt
Jesse,
Mercer.
Goku hates D&D.
Animation, and I'm like dying to watch it. I hope it's good.
We're on hiatus. They were about to fight a dragon turtle.
Why were they? I understand. Okay, no, I understand why they're on hiatus, but I mean, you can do it over a video chat.
They have higher standards than we do.
They do. I mean, like my Dungeons and Dragons consists of like a tiny table and like a pizza box, so okay.
We were forced to go from in someone's house to going over Discord and Roll20.
I like how nobody
Yeah,
has brought up Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within.
Do we have to?
I watched that movie in theaters
Have
because
you
I
seen
went to
it,
visit
Laura?
my grandma.
Have you seen it,
No,
Laura?
I have.
Oh, you
It
don't know.
came out a
When I
while
was
ago.
like I watched it at 2 a.m. and just like laughed like my head off, and then just didn't remember it in the morning. Like it was some kind of dream.
I was up in Kansas visiting my grandma, and she said, "Do you want to go see a movie?" I had seen previews for Final Fantasy, that movie. Like, is this Final Fantasy? Cool, let's go watch this. Like, this has nothing to do with the game. It looks pretty cool.
Look,
But-
I hate to break it to you, man, but the games don't have anything to do with the games.
They just changed the title, but they got a whole thing going.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of another live action movie, like something that was a video game, cartoon, or a comic that got adapted into a live action movie. There was Inspector Gadget that nobody remembers.
I remember that one.
The first one was good.
The first one was good. The sequel, most people kind of forgot because it was straight to DVD.
Sonic, Street
Yes.
Fighter. Oh, Doom.
Doom. Yeah, the two Doom
Oh
movies.
no, I hate the.
Dwayne the Doom
That's
Johnson.
the one movie with The Rock in it where his acting was
Yeah.
just shit.
When
Like,
he was
you
just
could
starting.
tell.
to act.
You could tell he didn't want to be there. It's
What
like
about
Will
Rampage?
Smith. It's like Will Smith in Aladdin. He's all like, "Prince Ali, fabulous. He give me my paycheck."
Silent Hill was pretty good though.
Did y'all see Rampage?
Oh, I saw
haven't seen
Rampage.
it.
It was okay. Silent Hill was probably one of the best ones I've ever seen because the director tried to stay as close to the source material as much as possible. The sequel after that just
Yeah.
went straight to hell.
No, but no, I remember the nurse mummy scene, and like it still terrifies me to this day.
It's a
Like,
great movie. Like, it is a great movie. Like, Resident Evil was something that kind of started off okay and then just got worse.
Yeah.
And they're making a Monster Hunter movie too.
A Monster Hunter movie?
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh,
It's weird. They have it's like a weird, like a portal or something that merges the worlds or something, because they have like ATV
Right.
cars and guns, but then
Yeah,
they
it's
have
more
those
modern.
giant
It's like adding
freaking
modern
swords.
Yeah,
think
Some of the
I haven't
comments.
seen
yeah
this
and
now
also
before.
no,
Have you
I don't know if I like this.
Somebody said that if
Have
it's
you
not
seen,
Advent Children, if it's not Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, it doesn't count. Somebody asked if we've seen
Not canon.
Ghost in the Shell, the movie.
the
That
one with
was pretty
Scarlett
good.
Johansson.
Well,
That was
it was
okay.
good. I
Somebody
didn't
needs to explain to me how Resident Evil was so damn bad yet got like 6 movies.
It's popular overseas.
It's like Arby's. Who's
Yeah.
keeping these people in business?
And wait, actually, speaking of that, have y'all seen the live-action Attack on Titan movies that came out?
Yes, I have.
I'm not a big fan of the anime and the manga, so
I don't know. I just didn't. Well, because in the manga and the anime, it's like in the past, but for the movies, they like modernized it. They added like helicopters, they added drones, jukeboxes, and shit. There was like one scene that just confused the hell out of me. It was like
But how
he
the hell
wakes.
do the Titans survive? Yeah, helicopters. You've got other technology. Those suckers should be dead.
Oh shit! I didn't know that. The chick from the Resident Evil movies, Mila, whatever. She's the main
Yeah,
character
Joe.
in the Monster Hunter movie.
Yeah, so she's a
I'm
little
definitely
Capcom
not
bird.
gonna watch it now.
She's also the wife of the director for Resident Evil movies too.
Yeah, and he's
That's why
directing
she's
the
in every
Monster
one
Hunter
of them.
movie.
That's why she's probably in that one too.
There you go.
I mean, I'll probably see it anyways. You know. Like, well, it's a game that I love.
Yeah, I'm
must
gonna
wait
like
for the Netflix
watch it and give it like a bad review. Like, don't waste your money. I already wasted mine. Don't waste yours.
Or
Yeah.
just have somebody for a bootleg.
The problem like gamers are just so susceptible to all those like markets. Like, ooh, terrible movie about my game. I'm gonna watch it. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna watch it anyway.
Second-hand support. I'll
It's
watch
like-
it. I'm not gonna like it though.
The live action Phoenix Wright movie is the best. It was the best game adaptation I have seen at the time. I didn't even know they made a live action Phoenix Wright.
I did
Law
not
and
know
Order is better. They already have a live action adaptation. It's Law and Order.
It's okay. I think Law and Order is like so boring, but then you get like sucked in, and you're like,
SVU is
Is it-
amazing.
like I'm genuinely curious how this ends.
Hey, what about Pixels?
Pixels is
The
not an
Adam
adaptation.
Sandler movie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that doesn't
That
count.
doesn't count.
It doesn't count because it's not
Neither does Wreck-It
adapted
Ralph.
from an original source. It's a combination of different video game sources, but
Okay.
it has an original story that doesn't tie with
Okay.
any of the products that it has.
It's a video game adaptation in that it's adapting
Well, it's
video
not
games
really.
to a
It's not really a video
That's
game
it.
adaptation. It's a movie to where video games are used as a weapon. It's
Yeah.
a comedy, but it doesn't count. Just like Wreck-It Ralph doesn't count because it doesn't.
Mhm.
It's not a video game first, then a movie. It has to be like a video game first,
Based
and then it
on
has to have a
adapted.
standalone movie to count.
Mhm.
Something like Pixels and Wreck-It Ralph wouldn't count.
Okay, gotcha.
Um,
Let's see what's another movie based, or like anything based on a movie, or games, TV, and all that.
Blood Rain. That shit.
That was Alone in the Dark.
I never saw that shit. I never played the game either.
and it's
Postal.
very limited.
Postal?
Yeah, they made a movie about Postal.
They made a Mad Max movie a while back.
Oh, okay. Wait,
Oh yeah,
we got
Fury Road was good.
Okay, flip it around, guys. What games would you like to see turned into a movie?
Ooh, that's
Mortal
tough.
Kombat, remember? If they ever made one of those good?
Oh my God, they made I don't know. A lot of people don't remember this, but Street Fighter, right? The video game
Mhm.
had a movie. The
Yeah.
movie is based off the video game. They
Mhm.
had
Okay,
a
based off
video. They had a Street Fighter the movie video game, which is based
On the
off of the
PS1 and
movie,
Saturn.
which is based off of the damn game,
It was on like PlayStation and Saturn, right?
And
and,
Also,
and it sucked.
No, that sounds right. No, I'd have to say like the one. I don't know. I'm like probably like Hollow Knight if you guys played it on like the Switch.
Yeah,
That was pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I would like to see that turned into like some kind of.
Volo. Yeah, one of the guys in the comments wrote "Beautiful Joe." It was like a Capcom like beat 'em up.
Yeah.
Game on
They
the
had an
GameCube.
anime.
And an anime too. It was really good. I like that game.
I know,
yeah,
I know that there's already one for
Overwatch.
John Wick, but I would like a John Wick Hitman style video game.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. I think the guy who was directing John Wick basically created it. He said he wants to like expand it to like a TV show or like a game or something like that.
Well, the TV shows it's gonna have a cameo from some of the characters from the movie, but Keanu Reeves has nothing to do with it
Oh, gotcha.
Well, then why watch it?
because it's supposed to expand on the whole
Universe.
lore, the whole universe of. But John Wick's universe is coming to an end anyway with either the fourth or fifth movie if they decide to do a fifth. For those of you that don't know, The Last of Us is I don't know if they've already announced it or if it's still like they're still trying to figure it out whether they're going to do it or not. But there is talks about doing a Last of Us live action TV show
On HBO.
on HBO.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, they already picked up the rights for it. I think they're working on the pilot. I don't know if they're gonna show it on maybe on HBO Max. I could see them do that.
Yeah, no.
And despite I'm sorry everybody, but despite what everyone thinks, Last of Us Part 2 will be canon and will be a part of the show.
Okay, gotcha. So basically, no spoilers. Actually, speaking of, if whoever played the game, what y'all thought of Part 2?
I think it's
Any
pretty
of y'all
good
You thought it was
so
pretty
far.
good?
I'm in 15 hours of it.
Somebody
Um,
said, oh, that's a good one. Somebody brought up Borderlands.
That'd be a good
Hey.
movie.
Ooh, that was an amazing movie. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes.
There was
No, I want a Borderlands movie just focused
or a
on
TV series.
a TV series just like focused on what's his the little robot.
Claptrap.
Wait,
Claptrap. I want an entire series focused on Claptrap. No one else, just Claptrap.
Oh my god, I
Like,
can't.
that would-
I can't watch a whole show with just Claptrap. I can't. I can barely get
I-
past the first part of Borderlands
No,
2.
no, I could watch like a 3-hour documentary on like Claptrap, and I was just like, yes.
Hey, so what about
I
Fallout?
think we messed up. The question was, what movies do we want to be? What movies we want turned into video games?
Oh, okay.
Movies
None
turned
of 'em.
God of War.
That's a
wait.
game.
Stupid,
Yeah.
I know.
It's easier to do a game into a movie than I think that a movie into a game. Lord of the
Yeah.
Rings, but an actually good game.
Ooh, I would like to.
That's a good
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, like Lord of the Rings, but Dynasty Warriors like gameplay.
Yeah.
Just mowing through orcs.
Isn't that?
That'd be a nice one.
There is a really good
Just-
Lord of the Rings lore video game. It's
Shadow
called,
Mordor.
Shadow Mordor.
Shadow.
And Shadow of War. I'm trying to think.
Why hasn't like Lord of the Rings?
Middle Earth, that's what it's called, right?
What was your question,
Middle
Laura?
No, like, I'm curious. Like, why hasn't there been made like any really good video games about?
No,
like,
there
Lord
are
of the
like
Rings?
Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War are Lord of the Rings video games, but they're before Frodo. Like there's some games that happen before Frodo.
Before The Hobbit and all that.
I
Yeah.
need to play those.
Someone commented the Underworld series.
Ugh.
Which,
Really?
I don't know if
Underworld has
that.
games.
I'm looking at my collection of movies. A good Terminator game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
There was a
even
good
remember a
there
bad
was a
one.
good one that came out on Sega CD and also on the arcade. That was a good one.
Maybe. Are you thinking
Oh,
like?
what's it?
Someone put Schindler's List. That's not appropriate.
Don't do that.
No, no, please don't.
Isn't like Pikmin like the same thing?
Pick a game into a movie or a movie into a game. No.
No,
Okay.
what movie would you like made it like a good game out of it? Like what kind of?
Okay.
Damn, I'm
Okay.
looking at the damn movies I got. I have a lot of
What about
comedies.
Saw? How about Saw?
Saw? Nah, they tried that
Yeah.
shit.
Oh yeah, they
An actually good Walking Dead game would be fun.
What do you
Is
mean
what
an
they were
actual
talking
good
about here.
Walking Dead? They have
Telltale doesn't count.
Yes,
They're
they do.
good.
They're good.
Telltale.
Yeah.
The Telltale one's not Survival Instinct.
Oh, I'm getting in trouble in one of my chats.
Maybe like I don't know. I keep thinking about the Hunger Games, like a choose your own story. You could have like.
I was about to
120.
say Fast and the Furious, but they already have a game for that.
There's already some action.
It's called Grand Theft Auto.
No, there is an actual arcade Fast and the Furious game.
And they're making one for the PS4 and Xbox
Well,
One, but the graphics look like 2008.
You said like there's already like a Terminator like arcade game.
Right, and there's an actual 2D scroller on the Sega
Yeah.
CD.
Yeah, on Sega CD. Yep.
Someone says The Mask as a video game.
I can see that. That'd be fun.
Sure,
Oh, that's tough,
That is a
actually.
good question. Holy crap. Damn it.
Dude, that is tough.
I'm gonna look at nothing as well. I don't have any movies in here.
I'm looking at
I
all my
won't.
movies and I'm like, what do I want turned into a movie?
A game.
Friday the 13th already has
turned-
a game.
Taken.
No, that's more of a
No.
that's more of a puzzle solving game. I don't do
I
well.
I want to see a Justice League movie game where you are really bad until Superman shows up and does it all for you.
Oh my god. So real life.
So real life.
Monty Python. Oh, it just came up. Hell yeah!
Please.
Make a Monty Python video game.
Wait, who said Monty?
That'd be funny.
There's already a
Oh,
Fight Club video game and it
Dandelion.
sucks. It came out on the PS2.
I forgot that come out.
Is this a real-
Crap, man. I don't know.
It's hard, yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
Fuck.
I
This
did.
is
There's
tough.
already a Ghostbusters video game.
And it's pretty good.
Anchorman. Shit. I want to play an Anchorman video game where I
Yeah.
bottle
Cool,
feed
bro.
baby sharks.
Dobie.
Dobie.
Ah,
Wow.
Anchorman, that's a good one.
Is that the only movie you saw that you haven't seen a game already for, though?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like, oh shit, these all have video games already.
Oh well, the
Super bad.
tick.
It's already a game of it.
There is. Oh well, shit.
I think it's on
Probably like-
Genesis, yeah.
That's probably like an old like Genesis game.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
like on Fox
there's
Kids.
already a King Kong movie. I have a
Mhm.
ton of Batman, Superman
Game?
movies, and there's obviously games for those. Yeah,
Marvel,
there is
wow.
There is a video game for. There's already a Lion King game, and it's ridiculously hard.
That's an old hard game.
Yeah.
That game is punishably hard. Like it will.
Well, and the thing is, like, all Disney movies are like under that I keep forgetting like the names of games. What's that one game? Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
So, like, you could like just count out all of your Disney movies.
Yeah, pretty much Kingdom Hearts. Well, okay, there goes a chunk of my movies if that's the case.
Yeah.
Scott Pilgrim's
That's the
already got a
Avengers.
game.
That's the Avengers version of Disney. It's just Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, Scott Pilgrim's got a game. Terminator's already got a game. Batman's got a game.
No.
I'm looking at the chat. The chat's got good suggestions. I'm gonna go to there.
Yeah, go to the chat.
Oh.
Event Horizon.
Damn it, Death Note has a game too that we never got.
Yep. Death Note has a game.
Yeah,
Full
Death
Metal
Note has a
Alchemist
game. Like it was on the DS. It was for Japan.
Oh, Metal
only.
Alchemist has a game?
The
Yes.
Maze Runner.
Full Metal
Maze
Alchemist
Runner.
has a.
Oh, that'd be a good one.
Oh yeah, that would probably be good. Full
Maze
Metal
Runner
Alchemist
work,
does
yeah.
have a game on the PS2.
Percy Jackson.
Oh god. No, they
Oh,
have
they remade. Look at the chat. They remade the Jaws game already. It's called Manhunter.
Oh,
Man-Eater.
Man-Eater is amazing.
That is essentially your Jaws game.
That's the new Jaws game. I was
No,
looking at,
it
I'm
is
looking at
better
the-
than Jaws, dude. It's such a great game. I love it.
I
I think every
recommend
it.
podcast
It's
you have
definitely
to
better.
bring up. We have to bring up Manny or at least.
Do you
one.
have it next to you? You always have it next to you.
No, I put it on my shelf above me.
Not prepared
You
today.
should have it. You should bring it with you, like, oh, show it off.
Well, do you want to see how many video games I have?
Sure.
Let's look at the rest of his room, guys.
Oh,
Holy fudge!
oh my
It's a
god.
lot of them, dude. Wow.
And that's just physical
Okay.
copies. I have like
A bunch
shit,
digital?
like digital, like a shit ton of digital games.
Let's see. What's another?
Where's-
So movies
where's
based
the
on
wild
games,
thing
right?
are?
Movies to games, right? Okay, movies to games.
Iron Giant.
That'd
That'd be a depressing ass game.
be interesting.
I
What
think
about,
of that as like the Destroy All Humans game, only you're the Iron Giant, and every time you get destroyed, just come back and you try
You know
to beat
what?
that level
Actually,
again.
you know what? I want to see a Guardians of the Galaxy game. Oh crap!
It's already
there's
out.
one.
There's already.
Damn it!
Telltale. What about Ready Player One?
Ooh, that would be a wonderful game.
Yes, but I want that as like an MMO. Oh wait,
yeah,
we already
so
have
it's kind of
that.
like
It's called
the
World of
Oasis.
Warcraft.
the Oasis. Let's see. What's another one? Movies that could be games.
Darn. Oh,
How about a game about how to explain why I'm leaving the gym?
Who's trying to bring this back on topic? How dare they?
I know,
stop,
right?
stop.
We're not trying to stay on topic anymore. That's old news, fake news.
We moved on.
I have I quit one of my gyms because I was trying to leave anyway, and my debit card had finally expired, so they couldn't charge me anymore. So I never had to go in and get to cancel my gym membership. They just couldn't charge me anymore.
The
I
Wreck-It
just
Ralph
left.
actual arcade game, you can actually buy that. It's a little arcade cabinet thingy
Fix
that
It
they
Felix.
sell at Walmart. Yeah, it's Fix It Felix.
What about, like, does the Purge have a video game?
That would be
The Purge?
cool.
Purge?
A
Ah,
Purge video
I
game.
just
Yeah.
re-
Like a Grand
Purge.
Theft Auto
That's-
style.
It's Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, that's
Every one of
true.
these games is Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, you blow your shit up. You basically kill each other.
No, it's
And
not.
then,
Because in Grand Theft Auto, if you
after-
commit a crime, the cops chase you. Just like in real life.
But after 24 hours, just go get your car painted or something. And
yeah,
you're fine.
Yeah.
like in real
It's
life.
like just try.
The Purge version of Grand Theft Auto is be as badass and dangerous as you can for 24 hours, and after that, you just go get your car painted, and you're fine.
There you go. That's pretty much how it is.
It's
So,
like
yeah,
a
everybody's
Nuzlocke
agreeing with
challenge.
you. So GTA,
GTA is every video, every movie. You just
Doctor
have to mod it some
Dolittle,
way.
the video game, that would actually be pretty interesting.
Isn't that Zoo Tycoon?
Okay, never mind.
Connect the most.
Zoo
did they
Tycoon.
have
I forgot about Zoo Tycoon.
do they have
What
like a
about Final-
Narnia video game?
Yeah, it's already been done.
There's already a Narnia video game, and it sucks.
Hey, what about Final Destination?
So
Oh.
fuck.
It's like where death's trying to kill you.
Wait,
and you're
wait. So
constantly-
Dead Souls, pretty much.
Dark Souls. Okay.
Dark Souls.
Darn, yeah.
Everything is a death trap.
Hmm.
Only medieval.
Uh,
You could make it like it'd be a cool puzzle game or something to try to a Final Destination thing.
Maybe like the Da Vinci Code? but like,
They already have
That's a
one.
puzzle. That would be like a puzzle. Yeah, it would be like a puzzle game.
I don't think
There-
we should count the movie adaptations for these games. 'cause
Yes,
they're
they
clearly made
count.
as a
Yes,
cash
they
grab.
count. They count. It's a video game.
How about it's like
We
this
had
video only better?
this
I don't want this crappy version.
No, there is a PlayStation 2 video game, and it is called the Da Vinci Code, and it sucks.
oh,
I had the Iron Man PlayStation 2 game when Iron Man
No,
first
okay,
came
what's
out.
okay? So we're gonna go back to the other topic about which video games we
Jim.
want made into movies.
oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw it out there. I would like to see a Kingdom Hearts movie to explain all the confusing bullshit.
There's a rumor they're working on a series on it for Disney Plus.
Yeah,
That
they're
would be a
also working.
three-parter.
They're also working on a rhythm game because somebody spent too much time working on Persona.
I'd like to see
There's a video game that not a lot of people have played, but I've played it and my wife has played it. It's called God Hand for the PlayStation 2.
Interesting.
It's a
Oh,
martial arts thing where you're fighting constantly, and then when you get your bar powered up, you activate the God Hand, and you start beating the crap out of thing. But now I'm thinking of it, it just reminds me of Kung Fu Hustle. So
you could probably base it off that.
think of
Yeah.
it that way.
Rush Hour.
I was gonna say Ratchet. I was gonna say Ratchet and Clank, but I forgot they already made a movie of that. So I was like,
Yeah.
You know what? I would like to see I would like to see an anime adaptation of Digimon, Cyber Sleuth.
Wait,
Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. It's the
it was
Digimon. It's a Digimon game that came out on the PS4 that's turn-based. It's kind of like Pokemon. There is
Okay.
a
it just
Digimon
came out on
anime.
Switch too.
Pokemon has an anime series.
It does have an anime series, but the video game,
Are separate.
Yeah, the video game and the anime are separate, and the video game is much darker and much more adult themed.
It's much like the Pokemon series, or the manga is a way darker than the game.
True Crime Streets
it's
of
like
LA
reverse.
already has a movie. It's called Street Kings.
Mhm.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, that's kind of what the.
Yeah.
I'd like to see
Movie.
how about a
Super
Spyro the Dragon movie,
Oh, that would be cute.
like a
I
CGI
know.
movie.
Yeah, that could
Yeah.
work.
Uh,
I
what
want,
about
I want the damn Halo movie that they promised us years ago.
yeah, or Legend of
I
Zelda.
want Overwatch. I want an Overwatch movie.
What is with the? No,
I don't play the game, but
um,
I think that the story they have built is really cool.
Yeah,
with
a
Overwatch.
Legend of Zelda would be nice
Yeah.
too.
Legend of Zelda, Overwatch.
on their LinkedIn page, I think one of the creator or one of like the leaders, CEO of like Blizzard or whatever, Overwatch, a very high up level person was just like they hinted on the fact that there's going to be like a Netflix adaptation of Overwatch.
I read that. I was really hopeful
Hello
for it.
Neighbor. I haven't played Hello Neighbor. But
Oh
I
yeah,
heard,
that's a
Really?
good one. That'd be a nice series.
There was a Samuel L. Jackson movie that came out that's a lot like that video game where the neighbor tries to kill you.
Bendy and the Ink Machine. No, oh my gosh, no! They need to make a FNAF movie. Like
Oh, Five Nights at Freddy's.
they
There was a
There's that-
fan-made version that was pretty cool that they could definitely do a lot better on.
they need to make a FNAF. I like the whole lore. Like so, yeah, just the entire lore of it would be just fantastic.
I want
Uh,
a Diablo video game movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really want to do
Rayman.
League, Hearthstone. anything
I
that.
like a Rayman one.
I would like
Just
a
pick
God
a
of
Blizzard
War
game
movie.
and make a movie out of it.
A God of
Please
War
make
movie
it-
would be cool.
God of
Especially
War
like
is cool.
especially the PS4 game that came out. That was really good. I love that game. I love that game.
I'm looking at my games. I'm trying to think. What would I actually watch a movie of?
I really again
It's
like
good,
real-
any of them.
actual good movie.
Destiny.
I'd be like really hard to like make a movie.
Yeah, what about Destiny?
No, I'd
Yeah.
pass on Destiny.
I know. I love any. I was gonna say Monster Hunter, but they clearly are making.
I'm trying to avoid
Based-
games. I'm trying to avoid games that like where you have free decisions.
Okay. What about Metroid?
Yeah, that would be cool.
Or a Star
would-
Fox?
I would like to see a Fallout movie.
Fallout. Yeah, I would see that. I could see that.
Oh wait, we're living Fallout. Never mind.
Just videotape what's going on. You videotape Fallout.
Destiny would. I
Borderlands.
guess Destiny could work. We were gonna get a Halo movie years ago, but they canceled the production on it, and they sold all the props and set, and they made District 9 out of that.
They
Interesting.
did. That's right. They did. I kind of forgot about District 9.
The
It was
more
really
you
good.
know.
You need like sound effects.
I do need sound. I need a. Like I said, it's a still work in progress. I need a sound
soundboard.
bar. I was gonna buy one, but I found out you can download one. But that also requires me to download the sound effects, and I'm lazy.
Solid answer.
Lousy button clickers.
damn kids and your technology and your
Oh,
thingamabobbers. And
okay. Do you guys know that like that Japanese game where they go to a haunted high school and they like all die, and it's like
Is it Fatal Frame?
no, it's like it's a
is it a game or a movie?
like well, it's like an anime and a game, but it was a game first.
Is it Battle Royale or Danganronpa?
No, they went to like this like haunted
Oh.
school.
Yeah,
I can't remember. I wish I could
Battle-
look it up on my computer.
Hey, no
Oh.
yawning on the podcast.
Shut up.
Hey, what
I'm
about
hungry. Whenever
what about
I'm
a Little
hungry,
Big
I
Planet?
yawn, and I need water because my throat's starting to get dry.
It's your mouth is stretching for food.
what about a Little Big Planet?
Sackboy.
No, they
Yeah.
already have a movie like that.
They
It's
made
called
number 9.
They made
What's the number
9.
9,
movie-
right? I forgot.
That
about
movie pissed me off so much. I hate that stupid movie.
I thought it was pretty good.
It was
thought it was
dumb. Like he created this sack of crap to kill a machine that was already dead. He accidentally revives the damn machine. And he gets half of his little companions killed.
Yeah.
The whole movie was pointless.
Yeah, that's true, but it was still good.
Let's see.
Oh,
What's
it looked
another
pretty cool.
game?
Corpse Party.
World War
Corpse Party straight up.
Corpse Party. Oh no, it's not. Yes, that's it. That's it. Corpse Party. That's the one I was trying to think of. Yes.
Games
Corpse
that would
Party.
make movies. Pikmin.
Madden.
Madden. Yeah, we already have that. It's called Rudy.
They're on like season 45 right now.
When I was like I do a swim team, and I was talking to one of my swim teammates, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm such a big gamer. I play Madden," and I'm like,
Well, I mean,
Well,
yeah, a gamer is anybody that plays any kind of video games, but like, you know what though?
I used to go to
Star
midnight releases
Wars.
of that stupid game.
Star Wars: The Force Unleashed with Starkiller.
yeah.
I'm surprised they never like brought him up or anything.
They did.
Right.
He's the damn moon station that. Remember in Star Wars
Star
Episode
Killer?
7?
Why did you call it Star Killer?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a reference to that.
Oh yeah.
Lame.
More.
I haven't seen. I only saw Force Awakens in theaters once, and I never went to see it again. I don't know why.
Because
I
it
went
was
back to see
just like A New Hope. It was like the same shit.
They rehashed the exact same movies.
They already have
Yeah.
before anybody says Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, they already have 2 movies based off of it. Boys in the Hood, and I forgot the other one.
Insert Mark Wahlberg movie.
Yes.
Pain and Gain.
Portal. What about Portal? Somebody said Portal in the comments.
Brilliant.
Oh, that'd be a fun. That'd be an interesting movie.
That'd be neat.
What about Dishonored?
They
That'd be
already
neat,
have a
too.
lot of World War II movies.
Detroit
Okay.
becoming human.
Wait, is Dishonored a World War II shooter? Or is it
No,
Honor or some
it's,
shit like that?
Dishonored is that assassin one, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
Dishonored's
okay,
the best
okay,
one.
okay.
That would be cool.
Okay, I know what you're talking about now.
they
Oh,
died,
wait,
but
you know what's a
come
good
back
one? It's a ninja game
about it?
that came out.
What about Infamous?
Shinobi or Tenshu Wrath
They
of
made an
Heaven.
Infamous movie. It's not called Infamous.
Infamous though.
Which Prey? Make a damn Uncharted movie. Just get it over with and make the damn Uncharted.
They are. Yeah, they
What?
are. It's just they're like so like production wise is like hell that shit. Like Tom Holland's supposed to be part of it.
Oh my baby, yes, please.
He's supposed to be like young. He's supposed to be like young Nathan Drake or something.
They got to get him when they're young so they can make like 6 movies out of it.
That's right. You got to
He's
definitely
a-
get him while he's young.
If Nathan Drake wasn't cute enough, let's just put Tom Holland in the role.
Let's make him Spider-Man.
He's cool.
Very
Tom
good.
Holland's pretty cool. He's just so damn British.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I was just making a joke.
Lousy foreigners taking all our jobs.
I know, right? We're
Benedict
already trying to take
Cumberbatch.
all the jobs. Now they're trying to take our job from us.
We already got it from different areas. Jeez.
I can't. Maneater. I want a movie about Maneater.
It's called Jaws.
No, it's not.
We want a good man-eater movie.
A 4K Jaws.
I don't want another damn Jaws.
Megalodon?
I'm so sick of Jaws.
Deep
Just-
Blue,
just-
Megalodon.
Just make everybody Tom Holland.
But you play as a shark.
Yes,
A Jaws movie at the perspective of the shark.
that's Maneater.
That's a
That'd be cool. Yeah, but it would be man-eater, but you're only doing it from the perspective of the shark, and you're
Okay,
cheering
so
for the shark.
so Shark Week
Yes.
Shark Week. Shark Week.
Give us Shark Week, but
in a movie.
1080 and like 4K.
Yeah,
shit.
Shark Week. Yeah, it's in a movie.
I would like to see
Realistic
Jack
too.
and Daxter as a movie
Oh, that'd be a nice one.
because they made
Which
one
one?
for Jack and Daxter.
Yeah.
They made one for Ratchet
Made
and
a bad
Clank.
Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, and they were gonna do a Sly Cooper one, but that got canceled.
Shit, I can't think of any more movies.
What's
No, I'm-
another one? Hmm.
Beat out.
What's the chat? Does the chat have anything? Come on, chat.
Come on, chat! You've never let us down.
Oh, shit, that's tough.
Until Dawn.
You know who never showed
Hold
up?
on.
Saki Kitty. What happened to Saki Kitty? Didn't Saki Kitty
Messenger
say
man.
in the group chat that she was going to show up later on?
Yeah. She false advertise. She false advertises.
A Sharknado video game.
Please.
That's in the comment.
Possibility? Like, can I fund this?
Uzi El Chapo says Mortal Kombat. A live action movie or a video game?
I want a video game based off the live action movie.
A video game based off the live action that's already based off the video game. So
Yes.
Street
I
Fighter.
want a stack. I want a stack of a stack of a stack.
No. Street Fighter, the movie that's based off the board game that's based off the video game.
Just throwing all kinds of stuff in there now.
How about
Movie based
Monopoly?
with-
Oh wait, that's called capitalism.
That was Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, that's a great
Yeah,
movie.
Wall Street. Yeah, yeah.
Stop calling.
Didn't like
me.
Robot Chicken didn't like Robot Chicken did this jokes already because they did movies based on board games. It was like Chutes and Ladders, and it was what was it? They did a Monopoly one. It was like the Game of Life.
Has anyone ever
Really?
played Titanfall? That would be a cool movie concept.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be.
I didn't play it.
I didn't play it, but I've seen footage of it. It actually looks pretty
So
good.
pretty much it's like
It's
Call
called
of
mech
Duty,
shooter.
but mechs are falling from the sky.
Next.
You call a mech and you just shoot and go all in on it.
Titanic,
Isn't that just
the
Avatar?
video game? Why? So I can see Leonardo DiCaprio die in 3D graphics.
Yes. With an
Ever
option to
seen
save it.
Rubber? Oh my god, I've seen that stupid movie. There's this movie called Rubber.
It's
It's
so
about
good.
a
It is so
stupid
good.
tire. It's about a stupid tire that has telekinesis. It can blow shit up.
Rubber?
It's a movie.
It's on Netflix.
It's called Rubber.
Look up Rubber.
Rubber,
I'll
and,
look it up.
it's called.
it up.
It sounds bad, but it's not. It's about a tire. Just the tire. It doesn't even have the rim inside the tire. It's just the tire that rolls around and blows shit up.
It starts developing its psychic power somehow, and then starts killing
Like,
people.
I don't believe you. Like, I don't believe that this exists.
It's
It
a movie.
does.
It's
It does.
so dumb and so good.
It is so stupid. It is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. It is just a tire, and the tire does not talk. The only thing that tire does is it rolls. It will roll forward.
Okay.
They even leave an opening for a sequel.
I'm
What
like,
they'll never do.
I have to look at this this tire movie.
It's called
Yeah, it came
Rubber.
out in 2010.
It's called Rubber, just like you would say a
Rubber.
condom. Rubber.
Yeah, it came out in
Based on
2010. Apparently, it's got a 69 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Nice.
It's got a
Nice.
higher
Exactly.
score than the Justice League movie. Jeez.
I
That's a
saw
lot.
that the rating for 69 is on purpose because anytime it goes up, people will go and post to make sure it stays at 69 because it's a joke.
Oh, ha ha ha. That's funny, damn kids.
No. Oh,
It's a good dumb movie.
different side of it. Have you heard of what they're doing with like quote unquote like Google Classroom? Like what kids. So Google Classroom is like a classroom app for like high school students, and the kids are all trying to give it like a 1 to like 0-star rating because if they give it to a 1-star rating, the Apple Store has to take it off the apps.
Really? I didn't know that was a policy.
That's why you don't
Yeah,
give your
so-
kids smartphones.
like if you go look at Google Classroom, it's like a 1.5 rating because all the kids are like, I hate this app. We're taking it off.
Man, that's so
I hope
cool. Android doesn't do that shit. They don't care if it sucks. It'll stay on there if it makes money. What? The game has half a star rating? Fuck it, it's making me money.
It's not always the case. So they have to take it down, and I really hope they do. I want to see what happens.
It's like
Class is canceled.
It's
We
like
have no
this
Google
joke that
Classroom.
somebody made. Like, it's like, man, it's kind of like it's this joke that Kevin Nash said about WCW. It's like this doesn't make any sense, and then the paycheck clears. Is like, well, does it have to make sense?
Since that chick always comes every 2 weeks.
Well, I guess it doesn't always have to make sense.
Follow the money.
Final Destination would be fire. A video game on Final Destination, so you're just pretty much dodging death.
I said that already. Yeah, I said that
Yeah.
already.
Try to avoid dying.
Try to
on
avoid
an
that.
airplane.
Or Demon Souls.
A ladder.
What is it?
Dark Souls.
It'd be
Dark
like a
Souls.
modern day Demon Souls and
Oh.
Dark Souls.
What about?
I want to see a medieval version of Final Destination.
I want to see.
That'd be
I want to
hilarious.
see
Be
a
funny.
live action movie of The Sims. Oh wait, that's called Life.
Yep, there you go. You're
Walk
living
outside.
Yeah,
See
but like-
someone drowning in a pool.
Live actions, like oh, you're talking about Sims. I think I said The Simpsons. I
No,
was like,
no,
okay.
and I hate Sims because I was playing The Sims and I worked really hard on my character. He was funny. He was charismatic. He had a good paying job. He had a lot of
Yeah,
friends.
depression.
I had 2 kids. Next thing you know, I'm fixing this toaster and I get electrocuted and my character dies.
Bro. See,
It's life.
That's awful.
like I just
Avoid toasters.
like so boring because I'm just like, this is what I do normally. Like I'm not sure. Like I understand how people could get addicted to it, but I never got into it because I just saw it like it's just so boring.
It is kind of
I
boring.
used it to build
It's
a
kind of
house.
fun. It's
I like building a house.
yeah. It's like Minecraft. You just gotta. You gotta have a creative mind for it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree. But I mean, it's just like, hey, we're gonna go make friends. It's like, okay, I already hate doing this, but
You mean I gotta talk to
I'm
people
already-
in the? I don't even like talking to people in real life much, and I gotta talk to
I'm
them in
gonna
a
go
video game.
all my friends are online.
But so wait, we don't even have a subject for tomorrow. We need to come up with a subject for tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah, help us come up with a subject, Miss Laura.
it's like cosplay related or just like anything. Like, is
Like,
she's
we-
she's obviously.
We literally talked about gym memberships and Avatar and bad movies, and so it can be anything.
Okay. I wish I knew more about her. I'm just trying to think of a conflict.
For who?
Like just like you guys, like I don't know. Oh, DC versus Marvel.
That is probably a sore subject.
Yeah.
I don't know.
it is.
I'm Marvel.
Man, get
Versus
the hell
DC.
off my.
There we go.
Why? Okay, I will give. Marvel makes better movies. Marvel makes
No.
better live action movies, but DC
Marvel
makes better.
doesn't make. Marvel doesn't make better. Marvel doesn't make gods their main source of character.
Hey man,
Yeah.
hey man. That look, we're just picking at
DC
straws here.
if you
now.
want to do a subject, we can do the subject and then have the chat chime in with their ideas.
No, because
of
Marvel
why DC
has
is wrong.
mutants as strong as gods. Like literally, I can think you into shreds and atoms
Well,
and all this bull
The
crap.
problem with like Marvel like is like literally with like Thor and Loki because I'm not sure like I'm not too well versed in like the comics of our Marvel universe, but it's like okay, if you have the Norse gods, well, the Greek gods exist, and if the Greek gods exist, do like the Aztec gods exist? If the
They-
and the, like,
They
the
do
Egyptian-
all exist.
yeah, but
In
like
Marvel, they all exist.
yeah, and then you bring up the battle like okay, well, why do these little tiny mutants even matter? And it's
Well, okay, so in Supernatural
DC's
and
got some
DC,
good
DC's got all the gods too. Like all the gods exist. In Supernatural, all those gods exist too. So the way I think about it, the way it works in comics is the same way it works in Supernatural. In Supernatural, they explain why other gods exist when God exists. So when God, like they say that when God created the universe and created man, he imprisoned his sister, and so human beings started worshiping other things, other icons, and he got mad. But then he eventually got over it and created these gods so human beings could worship them. And so whenever
Interesting.
something went bad, they would blame those gods instead of pinning the blame on him because a lot of things weren't perfect. Yeah. So the way in DC, like you have the source, which is essentially God, and like the source has created all the gods of that universe, including the new gods. It was kind of a. It's more like they explained it a little in the Injustice comic book. The Injustice comic book is really good, by the way. I recommend any people read it. It's based off the video games, and it's really good. And it's yeah. I'll be right there in a minute. I'm right there.
Yeah.
We'll distract while you walk away.
Yeah. Okay. I'm
It's
gonna
almost
go
like-
find out. Well, it's almost 10 o'clock anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up.
Yeah, it's almost like we've been talking forever.
Yeah,
Wow.
we've been trying to do this for 3 hours. Well, thank you so
That's
much.
our
Well,
longest
first off,
one.
I want to say Soul Cosplay will be our guest tomorrow. Thank you, Electric SeaFoam, Laura, for being
Yes.
on here.
Thank
For-
you. Thank you for having me. It's wonderful.
You are more than welcome to join us again in the future if you
Yep.
want to.
My schedule goes. Yeah. I'm like, it's rough right now. Summer schedules and jobs and mess.
It's understandable. No worries.
But no, I'll definitely try to hook up with you guys again. It was been absolutely fantastic.
Awesome,
Super
awesome.
fun.
We're glad to have you. Our podcast is Monday through Friday. It either starts at 7 or 8 or 8:30, depending on what time we can get everybody together, get everything
Oh, yeah.
situated.
Never 7, never 8. There's always a 30 on it.
It's always a 30. Make sure
30
if you haven't already, if you haven't followed us, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button on Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook. You can also hit the notification button or the little bell for notifications, so it'll notify you every time we go live. So tomorrow we'll talk more about comic books. We're going to talk about comic books as a whole. So we'll talk about DC, Image Comics, Boom Studios. We'll talk about manga. We'll talk about Marvel. Because I read the Power Rangers comic. I love it. It's great. It's amazing. There's other comics that I read. Is there anything you want to say before we call it quits to our guest?
Oh well, yeah. Thank you all for coming. I think I should I think they posted my Instagram link. So if you like my work, please go follow me. If you don't, that's fine. Don't believe me. And yeah, just if you have any cosplay questions, any concerns, anything about just anything that I do, please message me. I will promise I will answer and help you out if you need anything.
I'm gonna.
Sounds good.
All right. Yeah, you can follow Miss Laura at Electric SeaFoam on Instagram. I'll post a link later. Electric SeaFoam. Also, thank you for our co-hosts for Sonic Keyblade and Jace for joining us today.